Yeah, we're gonna mix it up today, take you to the grocery store and show you how to maximize your dollar. So we're gonna do our best to stay under $50 today, but we might go up to 75. We'll have a lot more than 5 meals though. $5.99. Great price for olive oil. Some organic red wine vinegar, organic pure cane sugar. $2.49 versus $5.99. We're going cheaper. Celery, super good for you, super inexpensive. Cilantro, we gotta have cilantro if we're having tacos. Make sure you always shake off all that extra water. You know, they charge you for that water. It's all priced by the pound. Always best to get chicken whole. That's how you get the maximum use out of it. Make it bone stock. We're gonna use it to make tacos, sandwiches, risotto.
1 hour later.
Pasta, chicken salad, chicken soup, all that from just one chicken. Whole wheat penne, only $2. There's enough in here to make about 6 whole meals. Couldn't find short grain brown rice, gonna use jasmine brown rice instead. Always better to get Parmesan cheese as a block. Goes a lot further. When you grate it, goes into a container this big, and this only represents about, I don't know, a third of this at the most. Always buy it whole. $2.49 for a whole loaf of bread. Sprouted corn tortillas, sprouted, always better. If you don't want to cook and cut the chicken, buy one of these bad boys. Make the same recipes, just shred it all up, chop it up. Maybe make it a lot faster and a little less expensive. I want the broth though. Sea salt, black peppercorn, way better because we're gonna grind it fresh. Good to go. Let's go see how much we rang up. Let's do it. We doubled our budget, $100. Better make a lot more meals. I used to be a carboy. Dude, I'll do whatever job people want to give me money for.
What store was it?
It's called Food Town, back in the D, baby. All right, under $100. I'm gonna see if we can make 20 meals. Let's get it. First thing we gotta do is get our chicken ready to roll. Debone the chicken so we can start making our stock. So all of these bones I want to get out first, so that way we can get our broth going. We'll be using the broth to cook the rice, our soup. Any leftover meat that's still on the bones, we're going to shred off for the soup anyway. So we got 1 chicken thigh, 1 chicken leg, our neck bone that came with our chicken breast, boneless. Another chicken breast, my wings, which are gonna go into my stock, last leg and thigh. So we're gonna use legs and thighs for our risotto and for our tacos. We're gonna use the chicken breast for our chicken salad and chicken Alfredo. Time for chicken tacos. Chicken leg and thigh, onion, bell pepper, cilantro, lime, sour cream, and tortillas. Any extra vegetable scraps I have, go right into my stock. Bell peppers, I want to cut the top, then cut the bottom. To get the seeds out of here effectively, I'm just going to cut straight down and then follow the knife around. This guy will give us some good flavor in our soup. Let's start cooking our chicken thighs. So I got a nice hot pan, so I want to get a good sear, a couple tablespoons of olive oil. A little salt and pepper, so half an onion, half a beach bell pepper. When the chicken is ready to go, it's gonna slide. Go ahead and chop up cilantro and prep our lime. So I'm just gonna use 6 tortillas, 3 tacos per person. So we'll keep the cilantro leaves as a part of the garnish. And I'm only gonna end up getting rid of just a small amount, but I'll put them in my stock so as to not throw them away. So I'm ready to go into my pan. Up recipe 2, we're gonna make chicken Alfredo pasta using 1 chicken breast. So I need chicken breast, onion, garlic, herbs, Parmesan, lemon, sour cream pasta. We want to sear our chicken breast so that we can develop a fond on the bottom of the pan. Then we're gonna cook down our onions and garlic in that fond. We've got some pasta water going here. Adding salt to the water kind of help us layer in that salty flavor. Helps with the temperature of the water, keeping it hot. 30, 40 cracks. And I'm also just gonna put a little bit of olive oil in there too. That'll help the pasta from sticking. This one, I want small little dices. Just gonna kind of rotate my knife around as I'm cutting so that way I get nice even cuts. Our whole garlic here, cut off the top. Throw this stuff into our stock. Go ahead and add our chicken breast into here. Salt and pepper. You don't want to turn it over too soon, otherwise you'll peel the skin off. It won't get that nice crispiness. Start to get those caramelizing. So this is 2 cups. That's gonna make 4 cups. Add our chicken back to our sauce base. Go ahead and get our sauce finished here. Start grating our cheese so we have that ready to go. We're only gonna use a little bit of cheese to go inside the sauce, and then we'll add more at the finish as an extra garnish. All right, we'll cut up our herbs. checked in our pasta. 2 more minutes. Chicken, that one's ready to go. We'll just steal some more water from here. We're gonna add into this nice tablespoon of sour cream, fresh lemon juice. We'll throw some spinach in there. That little toss. You want to leave a little bit of water, see it's nice and soupy in there, because what that's going to do is it's going to help to cook all this pasta sauce flavor into the pasta. So you want to put the pasta in when it's like 75% ready to go. So the cheese will just kind of melt right into the sauce. Add in our lemon juice, dill, glass of the Parmesan cheese. And there we go. Pasta Alfredo with chicken, dill, onions, garlic, lemon. We threw a little extra spinach in there for Popeye strength. Nope. All right, cool. Recipe number 3, chicken pilaf risotto. So for that one, our celery, carrots, half an onion, one of our pieces of bell pepper here, garlic left over we can use, our jasmine rice, all that water that we cook the pasta in, we're gonna actually cook the rice inside that pasta water, because the pasta water will have released a little bit of starch and a little bit of flavor. That'll give us free veggie stock. All right, so we are gonna cook 2 cups of rice, 4 cups of water to cook that. So while that's getting hot, we'll go ahead and start chopping up some of our veggies. I'm gonna use a lot of carrots and a lot of celery in this dish. My pan's getting nice and hot, so I can go in there with my chicken thigh and start to get that rendered fat out. Olive oil first, skin side down. 6 celery stalks. Eliminate these butt into our stock. I'm always having fun, living the dream. So now that we got some veggies in there, we can turn the heat back up, start sweating all those vegetables out. 4 carrots. Go ahead and peel it towards you so that way all the peelings land right in front of you, right on your cutting board, and we'll throw those peelings right into our stock. The more consistent the size of the vegetables, the more evenly they'll cook. We're gonna give that about 3 or 4 minutes to get nice and caramelized. We'll deglaze with red wine vinegar, then we'll add in our rice, then we'll add in our stock, give it a cover. That'll take about 30 minutes to simmer. Pull it out, lay it out on our platter, slice up our chicken, be good to go. So while we're waiting for that to get nice and caramelized, and before we add all the rest of the goodies, we got a little bit of prep time here. Let's prep our vegetables for our chicken salad. Carrot, celery, chicken, vinegar, and mayonnaise, and then we'll make a nice garlic crostini to put the chicken salad on top of, and a little lettuce for a healthy lunch, super inexpensive. We're actually gonna keep the carrots raw, but we're gonna make a quick recipe, sweet and sour celery to add into our chicken salad, which is gonna kind of give it a little bit of a zing. That'll be vinegar, some sugar, some salt. If you make a little extra of it, you can add it into sandwiches, you can add it into pastas. So just kind of a fun little thing to have laying around the kitchen that doesn't go bad in the refrigerator. Coming back to my vegetables for my rice, these are ready to go. My vinegar to stop the caramelization process, and then we'll add in our rice and our chicken in our water. So just a little bit of vinegar here. And remember, we're gonna do 2 cups of rice. I'm just gonna mix that in there, get that rice kind of coated with all those vegetables before I add in the water. Let's use this pasta water we had earlier. Let's add that chicken thigh, lay that right on top. And once we get that to a simmer, and that'll take about 25 minutes, set it and forget it. Sweet and sour celery is just gonna be celery, a little bit of olive oil, salt, pepper, vinegar, and sugar. And that's basically gonna end up being our vinaigrette for our chicken salad. See in the middle of the celery here, you have this really pretty leaves. We're gonna use this as a part of our chicken salad just to kind of add some brightness, kind of like a lettuce. So that'll go raw. This we'll save for another recipe. This we'll put in our stock. So it's gonna cut them long ways and then into a small dice. Pretty good amount of olive oil is fine. Celery goes in the pan. Salt and pepper on that guy. And then we've got our organic sugar. So you just wanna get the water going a little bit on it. About 2 tablespoons of sugar. And you'll see that's gonna release a lot of the water that's in the celery. Once that releases and the sugar starts to melt, it'll release all this water. We're gonna add vinegar to it and reduce it down till it becomes like a marmalade. So I would say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And then we'll just let that reduce. I'm gonna start to prep up the rest of the vegetables that go inside the chicken salad. Raw celery. We've got some leftover cilantro from our previous recipe, so we'll just steal a little bit of greens. Dill as well. We've got this loaf of bread, so let's go ahead and cut off portion 1. This one will be portion 2. We just wanna prep these with a little bit of olive oil and salt and pepper. Then we're just gonna add some mayonnaise. 1 dollop there, 1 dollop there. Maybe we do 1 more dollop. And our Now celery is getting close to being a marmalade. So you can see around the edges here how it's kind of starting to look like caramel. That's what's telling us it's ready to go. We're gonna let this just rest while we cook up our chicken for the actual chicken salad. I'm actually gonna butterfly the chicken breast so that it cooks a little bit faster. So I'm gonna peel off the skin and I'm gonna cook the skin separately and kind of make like a little chicken chicharron. So I'm gonna just score the chicken to kind of give it more surface area so that it will get a nice sear on all edges. That'll help us cook it much faster. Start with salt and pepper, a little bit of olive oil. Before we do that, let's go ahead and toast our bread. While that's going, peel 1 clove of garlic. I'm gonna rub it with a raw garlic clove, and that's gonna kind of give me the flavor of garlic bread. I'm gonna pull this out, rub it with garlic, and our chicken's gonna go in. And I'm just gonna rub both sides of this bread. So a cool way to make this cook a little faster, take a saute pan. We've got that nice sear on both sides. I'm gonna add a little bit of my pasta water, cover with that upside down pan. That's gonna create like a steam, so that chicken's gonna not only cook a lot faster, it's going to incorporate all the flavors from the pan and steam the inside, so it's gonna be nice and moist. Whoops, whoops, whoops. So I'm just gonna add in here my sweet and sour celery, a little bit of lemon zest. This will help to kind of release all the oils from the lemon, and then I'll take just a small piece. I'm gonna give that just a little squeeze. So now I got my fully cooked chicken, little fresh lemon, and some pepper, and there you go. All right, so we're finally ready to make our chicken noodle soup. Let's go ahead and start cooking off our pasta, onions, garlic, celery, and carrots, which is also known as mirepoix. Away we go with the shredding. I'm just gonna peel that right off the bone. Chicken stock, little fresh herbs here. Muchas gracias. That's it. All right, now we gotta finish up our chicken and rice dish. Just remove my aluminum foil. We got all this delicious chicken, rice, veggies, all that good stuff. We can add butter, add cheese, turn this into a risotto, but I don't think that that's necessary. Go ahead and plate up. So this is more like a pilaf. So here's our 1 chicken thigh, been steamed and cooked in there. A little bit of our cilantro. Take a little bit of our lime and make a quick lime cream sauce. 1 cup of sour cream, about a half of a lime, a little handful of spinach. Just season our spinach here. I'm gonna kind of just mix this up like a little salad. We'll add this to the top of our pilaf. Drizzle on top of it, little sour cream and lime sauce. Finish with a couple pretty cilantro leaves on top. Just a little fresh black pepper. And there you go. Chicken and rice pilaf with spinach and cilantro. Now we're gonna make a quick garden salad. Got some lettuce left over out of our grocery shopping. We have some spinach we can throw in there as well. Use a little piece of our leftover bread to make some garlic croutons. We've got some lemon juice to add to our vinaigrette. Let's put raw red bell pepper. Let's do some carrot shaving, some cheese to add, and a little bit of garlic here for our toast. Start by making our croutons. Get it nice and olive oily on both sides. So our salad is going to be bell peppers, cheese, lemon, lettuces. Chop up our lettuce first. And add spinach to this guy as well. Got still some of this dill, so we'll just kind of julienne some of this really, really small. Bell peppers. Okay, now our carrots, we don't want to use the outsides, but we are going to use peelings, give a little color and give a little bit of texture. Now we have all of our salad greens together. Let's give this a little mix. And our cheese. Rub our garlic on both sides. Hit it with a little bit of olive oil, a little vinegar, fresh lemon juice, raw carrot, raw bell pepper, red wine vinaigrette salad. All right, we have worked our way through almost all of our produce and our grocery shopping list. I think we've made a total of 6 dishes so far that'll feed way more than 2 people for each dish. Do have some leftover goodies though, so I'm gonna show you a quick way to use those leftovers and turn it into a breakfast. Extra bread, we'll do a little butter toast, and we still have eggs, which we actually haven't even used yet. We've got some cheese, butter, we're gonna do some omelets with bell peppers, onions, spinach, and and our white carrot. Omelet's super easy, right? All you really need is like cheese, eggs. We're gonna add actually a little bit of our sour cream into our eggs to make them a little bit more fluffy. First thing I wanna do is get the things that are gonna go inside my omelet nice and cooked. I'll start that off with a little bit of butter. Since we haven't used butter yet today, we've only been using olive oil. Do 1 tablespoon of butter to cook off all of our vegetables. So I've got my 1/4 of an onion here. Just gonna slice that up. So this guy goes in the pan first. Then we can add 2 garlics go a long way, especially in omelets because the eggs will take on a lot of the flavor. We're gonna call this our vegetable omelet. So anything you have left over is possible to go in there. Cut off my ends. I don't need those guys. I can give them my little seasonings. All right, so while that's cooking, let's go ahead and get our cheese and our eggs ready. So each omelet, I would say, should have about 3 eggs in it. Each of the eggs, I'm gonna add about a tablespoon of sour cream. And I'm going to season them. Put a handful of that, a little salt and pepper love. Omelets are very, very easy. The whole idea is medium heat because we don't want to burn the eggs. We want to keep it nice and delicate and fluffy. Some butter in each pan. Okay, so cheese is ready. So my butter is melted. I'm gonna add in my eggs. Now I'll just use my spatula to work like a little bit of height into my omelet, right? As I pull the egg to the middle, it's gonna give me more of like that fluffy feeling. Let the egg move itself around to find all the open spaces. So once I don't have any more liquid eggs going around, I'm gonna flip and I'll turn off the flames. That's when I get to add my vegetables and start to plate up. First, I just do a little sprinkle of cheese on that hot omelet, right? Because that'll mean that the cheese will just be melted nicely right on there naturally. And then I'm gonna take my vegetables and I'm gonna put them right in the middle, slide it onto my plate, and then I wanna fold over. Do a little bit of toast too while I'm waiting. A little bit of butter. A little extra cheese here on top as a garnish. And then I come back with my extra veggies. And there you go. Omelet time. All right, so we went grocery shopping. We spent $100. We bought a lot of staples for that $100 though. We still have olive oil, vinegar, butter, tortillas, eggs. We have a lot of good stuff to work with the next time we start cooking. But just with less than $100 today, we made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different dishes for 2 people or more. 2 people with big appetites, but honestly, I could say probably 4 people could eat each one of these meals. We've got a chicken and rice pilaf here that had creme fraiche, sour cream, and lime. Chicken tacos. We made a crouton salad with bell peppers, carrots, lettuce, spinach. Vegetarian omelets with toast. Chicken salad sandwiches. A chicken Alfredo pasta. Chicken noodle soup, and definitely have enough chicken noodle soup for tomorrow as well. We ended up with 2 extra quarts of chicken stock, which is great frozen. You can pour it into little ice cubes, freeze them, pop them into a Ziploc bag, and kind of use them as you need them throughout the week. And then we actually made way too much rice. So we've got this whole extra beautiful veggie rice here, the chicken broth and this together, and make like a wild rice chicken soup or even like a risotto. Anyway, stay tuned for more grocery shopping and cooking demos of how to maximize your grocery shopping list, and bon appetit and all that fun stuff. Boom, bam.